One day I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no tears, no regrets, no anxieties. Hello everyone and welcome to my first crochet tutorial, I guess. I'm not really sure how good this will turn out to be, but anyway, today I will be showing you how I made this first Doctor figurine. As you can see, I'm really proud of how he turned out, especially his hair. I didn't really know what I was doing with the hair, and the cravat also turned out really well, and the coat. Yeah, I'm really proud of this, and today I will be showing you how to make it. Obviously, to make this guy we are going to need some yarn, and I'm not really an expert when it comes to types of yarn like DK worsted yarn and stuff, so yeah, I'm just going to show you the colors. First off, we need pinkish or skin colored peachy yarn for the face and the hands. Also need some white yarn for the hair and part of the trousers and his shirt sleeves, which are hidden underneath his coat. We also need some black for his coat, his trousers and his shoes, I suppose. Then some yellow for his waistcoat, and finally some dark blue for his cravat. Now, as this Doctor was primarily, almost exclusively shown in black and white on TV, I guess you could debate whether his cravat is really blue and his waistcoat is really yellow, so I guess you can use whatever colors you want for them. You can even do them in grey scales. Then you need grey instead of yellow, and I guess black instead of blue, and yeah, then you have him in grayscale. And as I said, I don't know anything about thickness in yarn or type or anything. I just use a soft type of yarn, and I think it is important to make sure that all of your yarn is the same size. Like, don't use a really thin yarn and then a really thick yarn for something else. But all in all, I guess yarn isn't the most important part of this crochet work. You are also going to need some thinner black yarn for the mouth and the eyes, and some thinner white yarn for his monocle if you wish to sew that on. Instead of the eyes, you could also use like those plastic safety eyes. However, I did not, for a very good reason, which I will get to when we're starting to crochet. And of course, you're also going to need a crochet hook. I use one of 3.5 millimeters, and I think all my yarn is 3 millimeters, so make sure that matches more or less. And of course, you're also going to need a sewing needle and a pair of scissors. Now that we have all of our materials, let's jump straight into it. Alright, we're going to start with the head, for which we're going to use pink or peachy skin colored yarn. Find the start of your yarn and then make a slip knot, so like that. Then insert your hook. And we're going to start by making 6 single crochets in a round, and you can do that by making a magic circle, or you can do it like me by just chaining 2 like that, and then inserting 6 single crochets or double crochets depending on which terminology you use into the first chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 6. Right, so this is our first round, so to say. There's a bit of a hole in there, but that will get smaller as we go along. So now we have 6 single crochets, right? You can see that. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to do 2 single crochets in every single crochet on the previous round. So we're going to start off with our first single crochet here. We're going to insert our hook, and this is always a bit of a fiddly mess for me. There you go, in there, then yarn over and pull it through. And for the start of a new round, I like to use a stitch marker, and because I think it's a little bit silly to pay for that, I just use a bit of a strand of yarn from a previous thing. So for our last yarn over and pull through, I'm going to use a stitch marker and just place that over there with the pink yarn, pull it through so that your piece of yarn is just in there. And so when you get around to that again, you know that that is the start of the new round. So that's 1 single crochet in the first single crochet. Now for another. There we go. And 2. Now you repeat that for every single crochet on this round. So that's 1. And 2. One. And 2. One. And 2. One. And 2. Now final stitch. 1. And 2. So that was our second round, and now for the next round we're going to do 2 single crochets in every second single crochet. So in this first single crochet we're just going to do 1 single crochet, and in the second 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 1, 2, and so on. So just remove your stitch marker, insert your hook in the first single crochet and do a single crochet, and then grab your stitch marker again, place it on there like that so you know where to begin. So that's our first single crochet, and then just do 2 single crochets in the second single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 1 in the third, 1 and 2 in the fourth, 1, 2. Repeat that until you are at the end of your round. Coming up on my second to last stitch, so that's once again 1 single crochet, and then 1 and 2. You see we're getting a circle kind of, so that's why I like to call this technique the standard circlification. That is where you start with 6 single crochets, then do 2 single crochets in every single crochet, then 2 single crochets in every second single crochet, then 2 single crochets in every third, and then the next round 2 single crochets in every fourth, 2 single crochets in every fifth, and so on. We won't be going until the 6th or 7th single crochet though. So normally you should have 18 single crochets now, and you can count that just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. For the next round we are going to do, as I said, 1 single crochet in every third single crochet of the previous round. So for the first round, I'm going to use a stitch marker. Like that. And then just a normal single crochet in the second one, and 2 single crochets in the third one. So that's 1 and 2. Once again, repeat that for the entire round, and I will see you when you're done. Coming up on my last couple of stitches, that is 1, 2, and then 2 single crochets in the third one. So 1 and 2. There you go. So now you should have 24 stitches. So let's count that, shall we? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That is right. Now we're going to do one more round of the standard circlification, where we're going to do 2 single crochets in every fourth stitch. Remove your stitch marker, insert your hook. So that is 1, and grab your stitch marker again. One, 2. Oh. No problem if that happens. Just insert your hook again and no worries. 3. And then 2 in the fourth one. So that is 1 and 2. Once again, repeat that until you are at the end of your round, and then I will see you back. Right, I finished the round. Normally you should have 30 stitches on there. And for the next round, we are going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch. So no more increases, just 1 single crochet in every stitch. And we are going to do that not for 1 round, but for 4. So when you finished round 9, I will see you back. Alright, I just finished up until round 9, and now is the time, if you choose to insert your eyes. So just make that loop a little bigger so it doesn't disappear, and grab yourself some safety eyes, and you're going to insert them between round 7 and 8. So you can count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should be like there. Also be aware that there should be some space between the 2 eyes, so decide what your middle is on the back, and then do it like here, for example. No, here, for example. Always a bit of a fiddly step. There There you go, that's one eye, and now let's do 5 stitches between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And do your little plastic thing, like so. There you go. And we have the 2 eyes. I think my eyes are a little bit big, but this is the only size which I found. That is also the reason why this guy's eyes are sewn on, so that's also an option. I prefer to sew them on, but I'll do it with safety eyes to show how you should do that. Right, now we can continue with our pattern. So insert your hook again into the loop, pull that nice and tight, and now we are going to do the reverse standard circlification. So we're going to do 3 single crochets. So that is 1, and grab your stitch marker. 2, and 3. And now we're going to single crochet 2 together, so single crochet 4 and 5 together. The way we do that is we grab the first loop of our single crochet, like that, but not the second loop, and then also the first loop of the 5th single crochet. And now we act like those 2 loops are just 1 single crochet, so we yarn over and we pull the yarn through both loops and then pull through both loops again. And then again 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and then single crochet 2 together. So that's 1 and 2. There you go. And repeat that until the end of the round. 3 and 4, 5 together, like that. Oh, messed up a bit, no worries, just grab your loop out of there, there you go. There. And now we're going to do the same thing, but except for single crocheting the 4th and 5th stitch together, we are going to single crochet the 3rd and 4th stitch together. So that is the first stitch, grab your stitch marker. Very important to me, I cannot work without a stitch marker because I lose count all the time. So that's 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet. And now 3 and 4 together. Like that. And repeat that until the end of the round, and then I will see you back. And 3 and 4. Like that. That is the end of our next round. Now we're going to do that one more time. But now, as you probably have guessed already, I'm going to do 1 single crochet and then single crochet 2 and 3 together. So that's 1, like that. And once again repeat that until the end of the round, and then I will see you back. Alright, I am back, but before we continue, we are just going to fill up the head with some filling. Make your loop a little bit bigger so you don't accidentally pull it out, and you can remove your stitch marker. And this little strand of yarn from the beginning, just put that inside the head. We don't need that anymore. And then grab your filling. Now you can use anything for the filling. You can use old pieces of fabric or leftover strands of yarn. I'm using this, it's called Panda Soft Filling. I don't know if that's available everywhere or if that's specific to the crochet stores that I visit. But just grab a little bit of filling and put that inside of the head. You don't want to fill it too tightly. Doesn't need to be pouring out, but also not too little, because then that won't look very good. And the reason we are filling up now is because, well, for one, it's actually easier to continue crocheting with the head filled. And the second reason is that it's difficult to fill the head after we have crocheted the body, because the body will go out again. So it's difficult to get inside the head after that. Does that make sense? I hope so. Right, now we can continue crocheting, and for the body we're going to use some yellow yarn. Yellow because of the waistcoat that the first Doctor wears. And we are going just standard circlification increase again. That is 2 single crochets in every second stitch. But we're going to change yarn first, so insert your hook into the first single crochet, like that, and pull your pink yarn through. And then instead of yarning over and pulling through again, grab your new color, in this case yellow, and put that over your hook, like this, and then pull it through. That's our first stitch. Now we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So that is 1 and 2. And then 1 single crochet in the next one. 1 and then 2 in the next one. 1 and 2. Also, you might want to cut your pink yarn. However, I already did that off screen. Whoops, I'm sorry. Alright, and now that you're coming up to the middle of the face here, we're going to change color once again. So insert yarn over your yellow. But instead of yarning over your yellow once again, we're going to grab ourselves some white yarn. That's not white, that's pink. Some white yarn. Changing colors always a bit fidgety. yarn over and pull that through, and now we have white yarn on there. Right, and now continue as normal. In your next stitch, do 1 and 2, 1 and 1 more increase, 1. And from the next single crochet inside the same stitch, we are going to change color once again to yellow. So that yarn over and pull through, but instead of yarning over one more time, we're going to grab our yellow yarn again and yarn over and pull that through. You see now we have 5 white stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle of the face, and that is exactly what we want, so that's good. Then 1 more single crochet and 2 more single crochets in the same stitch, 1, 2, 1 and 1 more increase, finally 1 and 2. So that is our next round finished, and yeah, we can see the white is perfectly in the middle this time. I actually recorded doing this again, but the white was a little bit wonky, so I decided to do it over, but you can see how I did it the first time now, and you can see this one looks a lot better. Also important, don't cut off your white or your yellow yarn when you change color here, because you're going to need it for the next round. Now we are going to do the same again, but instead of 2 single crochets in every second stitch, I'm going to do 2 single crochets in every third stitch. So insert in your first stitch here, yarn over, and now we are going to use a stitch marker because we can't see the color increase again. Stitch marker and pull through like that. And another single crochet, and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. 1 and 2. And one more time, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 and 2. And now we're coming up to our white bit, so pay attention here. I'm going to do 1 more single crochet like that, and 1 more in yellow, so that is 1. Right, and now for the next one we're going to change to white once again. So find your white yarn here, like that, and then 1 more inside the same stitch, so that's 2 double crochet, single crochets, and then 1 more single crochet, and now insert in your next one, yarn over, and now we are going to change to yellow again. Like that. And then just continue the pattern as normal with your yellow. And then 2 single crochets inside this stitch. 2 and then 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochets in the next one, so that is 1, 2, and then 1 more cycle, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochets. Right, that is another round, and you can see, hopefully, if you've done it right, if I've done it right, that the white is kind of like a V shape coming down. Right, I have got a few excess strands of yarn, so I'm just going to hide them inside of the body. So this white one here, I'm just going to tuck that in. Hopefully that isn't going to bother me anymore, and this white one as well. So there you go, and now you've got a much cleaner crochet work. Right, now we are going to do one more round with a fancy color change in it. But this round we are not going to do any more increases, we're just going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch. So just do that 1 single crochet, insert yarn over again, and use your stitch marker to mark your first stitch. And continue that until you come to the white part, where I will see you again. Right, I arrived at the white bit, so I'm just going to do this one last yellow single crochet like that. And then here I'm going to change color, so insert that in your white one, yarn over with your yellow one, and then grab your white yarn over and pull through, and then immediately afterwards we're going to change to yellow again. So yarn over with your white one, grab your yellow yarn over and pull through. And just keep crocheting like normal until you get to the end of the round. Hopefully that will look decent. Right, and now I'm at the end of the round, and you can see this white V shape here. That's because of, well, obviously the waistcoat doesn't go all the way to the top, but it's, yeah, that gives a kind of a V shape. Now we are going to continue crocheting with 1 single crochet in every stitch, and we are going to do that for 6 more rounds. So just 1 single crochet in every stitch for 6 more rounds, and then I will see you back. Alright, we are back. Sorry about the lighting change. I'm filming this at another time. Right, so our body is finished, so we can cut this yellow yarn off and get rid of the yellow yarn here. The next step is to fill up this body with some filling a bit. Right, and now that we're done with that, we can start on the trousers.